Gun control is a hot topic in our nation right now, especially in the wake of devastating mass shootings like the one in Buffalo, New York and Uvalde, Texas. Our new King 5 Washington poll asked people if they would support a ban on assault weapons here in our state. Kayla Lafferty joins us now in studio with a look at these results. What are people saying?
Well, Mimi, our exclusive King 5 poll asked people across the state if they would support or oppose a ban on assault-style weapons, and the results showed yes, the general public is mostly in favor, but there are some important divisions along party lines and what side of the Cascades you reside on.
The purpose of an assault-style weapon depends on who you ask.
There's only one purpose, and the purpose is to kill or maim as many people as possible, as fast as possible.
They're going out to the range with them. Some are used for home defense.
In our exclusive Washington poll, 61% strongly or somewhat supported and 34% strongly or somewhat opposed the idea of an assault weapons ban in Washington. King 5, the Seattle Times, the University of Washington Center for an Informed Public, and Washington State University School of Communication commissioned the poll conducted by Survey USA. Digging deeper into the results, there's a big difference on what the respondents were likely to support based on where they live and how they vote. In Western Washington, 65% of respondents strongly or somewhat supported a ban, but the numbers are more evenly split in Eastern Washington, where 50% strongly or somewhat supported and 48% strongly or somewhat opposed a ban. In terms of politics, 91% of Democrats were for a ban, while 62% of Republicans were against it. These results did not come as a shock for gun control advocates.
It absolutely does not surprise me.
Robert Silber is an attorney and the vice president of Washington Ceasefire, a nonprofit dedicated to reducing gun violence. For Silber, the fight is personal.
My grandfather was killed when I was the age of 13. He was sitting in a parking lot and a man came up to him. He rolled down his window and he was just shot. The drive is that I've seen on my own family level how it's affected my family.
He's worked for over 7 years on legislating an assault weapons ban in Washington.
These numbers give us hope that we're not alone in trying to change the rhetoric and to change what our actions.
On the other side of the aisle, people whose livelihoods depend on the sale and purchase of firearms.
A ban of assault rifles would just punch us in the gut. You know what I mean? It just would take away so much of our business that it would be hard to stay afloat.
Rebecca Huckins works for Mary's Pistols in Tacoma.
This is technically an AR right here.
She says this type of legislation doesn't get to the root cause of gun violence.
I mean, the bad guys already have their guns at this point. So unless we get to the root of the problem with treating mental health, this is always going to be a problem. A ban like this will not actually solve the problem.
The state shouldn't have a say over what is a constitutional right, according to Huckins.
We will deny people that need to be denied. That's not an issue. So it comes down to responsibility on the gun owner's part, on the shop's part.
And for the 6th year in a row, Attorney General Bob Ferguson proposed a ban on the sale of military-style assault weapons. He said last month he plans to move forward again with another proposal. Jake?
Really interesting polling there. Thanks, Kayla.